Welcome to lesson number 6, onboarding and training your team. Training your team is one of the most important steps in successfully rolling out a new research platform. The more effective resources and enablement you can provide as an admin, the easier your job will be in the future. But you don't need to figure it all out right now. In this lesson of our Hub for Research Hub Setup and Onboarding course, we'll give you some early context and things to consider before moving into a full team launch of Research Hub, including how to prepare for an effective team rollout and common challenges admins run into during team activation. We'll discuss all of this in more detail in future courses on team activation. Here are some strategies you can use to start preparing for an effective team rollout. Number 1, you'll want to assign a dedicated Hub owner. If you're taking this course, you probably already identify as the owner or team admin for Research Hub. The dedicated owner doesn't have to be a research ops professional, but it makes a world of a difference to designate someone to hold themselves and others accountable for a successful adoption of the tool. Next, you'll want to identify your preferred use cases and potential challenges. Not all teams use Research Hub in the same ways. With an understanding of your team's own research needs and practices, start listing out all the different ways your team might use Hub and work with your customer success manager to anticipate sticking points. By identifying these potential challenges early on, you can create foolproof workflows, templates, and enablement materials to prevent them. Next, you'll want to plan for a tiered rollout. Our most successful teams take a tiered approach to rolling out Research Hub. As an admin, you should onboard yourself first to start learning about Hub and setting up the fundamentals, and then invite a small group of trusted partners to help you work through the kinks before finally rolling it out to the rest of the team. Next, you'll want to create strong, customized onboarding materials. The most effective enablement program is tailored to your company's specific needs, demonstrates enthusiasm and benefits for the end user, and varied enough to accommodate folks with different learning styles. For example, some teams host a one-to-one or group training sessions, set up Slack channels to field questions and share tips, and regularly follow up with researchers to gauge their experience and collect success stories. You also want to create project templates. Creating project templates is one of the best ways to enable your team to do fast, effective research. You can create a project template by launching a project and then clicking Mark as a template on that project on the main user interviews project page. Anyone from your team can access these templates to get a head start on launching projects. Plan to build up a bank of project templates over time as the diversity and frequency of your research grows. Next, you'll want to set and track effective team goals. And as the saying goes, you can't manage what you don't measure. Our most successful customers work with our customer success manager early on to set and track key milestones, such as completing a research project by a certain date, launching an opt-in form by a specific date, and onboarding a certain group of team members by a certain date, as well as tracking metrics such as participant response rates, project volume, and time to complete recruiting workflows. And the last tip we have is to just get started. When you have important decisions to make about how to implement a new platform, it can be easy to succumb to analysis paralysis that prevents you from getting started. Although a ramp-up period is to be expected, one of the best things you can do to set your team up for success is start launching projects as soon as possible. That way you can begin reaping the rewards of our seamless workflow tool as soon as possible and gaining the experience you need to become a user interviews expert. We often see admins run into the following challenges when rolling out Research Hub to the wider team. First being admin oversight. So when introducing their team to Research Hub, team admins often want to maintain higher levels of oversight to prevent mishaps. For example, you may want to review and approve projects before they go live, or control your panel data uploads to keep your database clean. These extra steps are okay if they make you feel more comfortable, but remember that Hub admin features such as invite rules and permissions are there to help reduce the need for time-consuming oversight across multiple teams, projects, and researchers. The next is change management. In any company, the process of rolling out a new platform is likely to involve some internal resistance or slow adoption, and Hub is no exception. To overcome this challenge, plan on organizing multiple training sessions, automated reminders, or other tactics to repeatedly encourage your team to use Hub. It may also help to work with leadership in your research, design, and product departments to provide top-down directives to improve adoption. You'll also want to find time for training. Rolling out a new platform takes time, and some research may lack confidence in learning a new platform like Research Hub, while others may feel less confident in their overall research abilities. As you prepare to activate your team, plan for the additional time, attention, and bandwidth that you might need to make sure everyone's on board. Plus, be sure to lean on user interviews' existing documentation, like these academy courses, to reduce the workload of enablement. And the last challenge we see in team activation is that some teams may struggle to set specific actionable goals for their hub usage. If you're not sure where to start, your customer success manager would be happy to work with you to identify the goals and metrics that will work best for your team. We'll provide some examples of milestones and metrics that you may want to focus on in the next section. And keep in mind, these challenges aren't relevant to every team, but it's important to be aware of them so you know how to prepare and what to look out for during the rollout process. In a future course, we'll dig deeper into team onboarding with more tips for successfully navigating this process.